Now, all I have to say is, what the heck? This is Kerbal Space Program. It's a game about space and Kerbals. Wow. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Welcome to today's Laser Visual Construction. Alright, sick. Let's get it. Let's get it, Mr. Werner von Kerman. Sounds kind of German. Whether you want to put a satellite into orbit, make a transcontinental flight, or step under the very surface of the moon, you're going to need to build yourself a ship. Should be pretty easy, even if you're not a famous rocket scientist like myself. Who is this guy? In this tutorial, I will first show you around the Kerbal Space Center, then take you to the Vehicle Assembly Building, where you'll learn how to construct a simple ship. We'll cover adding and removing parts, what the parts do, how to change the performance settings of the parts which have that option, and how to control staging. At the end of the tutorial, you will have a craft fit for a quick hop from the launch pad. At each step, I will lock out all controls other than the ones you need for that step. To change the focus to the tutorial window, use and you can use next to improve the next step. Go back and fix things. Okay. We're now at the Kerbal Space Center. I should have did something. A quick one on how to get around. The KSC for short is home to the pinnacle of Kerbal endeavor and achievements for space exploration. Using the facilities you can see here, you will be able to manage your space program, creating rockets and planes. Track your Kerbal explorers as they roam the solar system, find exciting new uses for explosive substances, and in case of emergency, hire more Kerbals. Wait, what? To find out about each of the facilities, you can enter each facility icon. If you need to repair a structure or upgrade them in Korea, you can do this by pressing take time to select buildings to see what they are, and when you're ready, enter the VAB. Vehicle Assembly Building. What is this? Astronaut Complex. Flagpole. Launch pad. Runway. Boom. Okay, vehicle assembly. Good. The plant sneaky snitch. Okay. Good. What you see in the middle of the screen is the construction area. This is where parts are placed and your craft is constructed. On the left side of the screen is the parts toolbox. It will show you all the parts you have available in each of the different categories. One star. Any to pick? That is. You need a command module, and it's best to make it the first part. Make the first part you place. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I see how it looks. If you like to fuck up, adding a parachute, you can just say two things. Utility. What the fuck? It is. MK16 parachute. Okay. Does that work? Some parts, like our parachute here, have configurable options. To see these, we need to square on it. Aha! once the parachute, on the parachute you see that you can adjust the altitude and the atmospheric pressure at which to open. The setting can be quite useful on distant worlds. Okay. For now, let's check that the opening height on the chute is at least 1,000 meters. It is. Because safety is the couple way after all. For the moon pressure slider, move it a bit to the right to 0.2. Yeah, there you go. This setting prevents the chute from activating until the atmospheric pressure is above the configured value. I'm covering about 9 kilometers in altitude, so even if you stage early around the parachute, it will wait until then to activate. You can hide these options. You happy? You can proceed. Okay. Next time we're gonna need something to make us go. Press X on the engines. Engines. Thumper, solid fuel booster. Wow. Grab one and connect it to the bottom of the pod. Okay, oops, I forgot you're just starting out. You're not famous rocket science, and to make that craft survivable as it stands, now you need better. That craft is that this solid is too powerful for the payload. A single small craft shoot. If the burn up extent from going too fast, or burn up coming back down. Even if you survive that, the craft's mass will cause it to fall too fast for the parachute to operate properly. You hit the surface before it could stop you. Okay, I promise to teach you how to change that to make it work in a later tutorial, but for now, let's continue. At least this way I get to tell you about removing parts. Show the cursor back and pick up the back thumper and drop it back over the parts toolbox. Instead, let's set the solid motor that's a better match for a ship of this size. At the start of your career, you will have what I consider rubbish parts. Literally, the motor here looks like, and may well be, a converted trash can. Huh? That's not good. That said, it does have enough oomph to get this little craft moving skyward and quickly. As you progress, you'll be able to unlock more engines and other parts. For now, though, let's pick up the RT-5 Flea and connect to the bottom of the pod. Alright, sick. Alright. What the fuck? Nice one! Nice one, jackass. Nice one, you've built the simplest survival craft possible. We could go launch this right now. But don't be safer to explain one thing first. In the bottom right, you will see the staging stack. Yeah, I see that. It's the box with the number 0 and icons for the parachute and engine on it. This stack shows us which parts will be activated as we stage our rocket. What this shows is that when we activate the next stage, both the engine and the parachute will be triggered. While it could be considered funny to open a parachute and fire the motor at the same time, it's not going to give you much of a flight. To open this, we need to separate the engine and the chute into 2 stages. Press triangle to open the radial menu and select Edit Stages. Edit Stages. You see a little press X on the plus sign to add a new stage. I'm having what is that? A new stage. Okay, press X on the plus button to add a new stage. If you add too many, press X on the minus button and make sure you have firstly 2 stages. Okay. Excellent. It's more important to note that the stages activate from the highest number and then count down. So our first stage will be stage 1, the engine, and our second one will be 0, the chute. Now move the engine icons so promote comfort. Okay. That's it! We now have a safe, well, relatively safe craft source ready to go. Let's make sure that if we need this design again, we don't have to build it all from scratch. At the top of the screen you will see the name for our craft. Untitled Spacecraft doesn't seem so majestic. Why don't you change that to be something more your style? You can add a description if you'd like to. When you use the load screens later, these names and descriptions help you to grab the right vessel. Use the pause menu to change the vessel's name. When you're happy with the name, use the pause menu to save it. Okay. Excellent work. Feel free to play around with the parts and techniques I've shown you. And when you're ready to continue, use the basic menu. Back at the training menu, try to find them in and have find a small craft. Then the intermediate construction tutorial can teach you more about the editor. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. And there's no one watching, so who cares? Okay. Next training, basic flight. Let's go. Welcome to the Kerbal Space Center launch facility. I'm Gene Kerman, and I will teach you the basics of piloting a spacecraft. I trust you've already checked the basic construction tutorial. If not, I recommend you do so before going through this one. Today we went through all the important controls of your spacecraft. A little hopper from your basic construction lesson will Ravenna may not have all of them, but we'll do a full one through once and show how it flies. Flying a spacecraft is... Man, shut the fuck... Flying a spacecraft is all about being in control of a generally very chaotic situation. As a pilot, your main flight controls will affect the pitch, yaw, and roll of the ship. Let's look at those first. All the other controls will be locked until they're needed, or this tutorial is closed. Pitch, yaw, and roll are the three directions you will rotate your craft. To help you visualize these, we've taken a holiday snap of the hopper below. Next up, let's see how we rotate in these directions. Okay. So, yaw is... You control your ship's location using these controllers. Okay. By controlling pitch, yaw, and roll together, you can keep the ship in a controlled flight. Try it now, and notice the indicator on the lower left side move as you provide control input. Yeah. Throttle plus pitch, yaw, and roll are the main controls you need to master for successful crash-free flight. We'll skip it over the throttle control for now, as this special has no need for it. Don't worry, I'll explain another time when it's of use. Remember that all of these controls have a limited amount of effectiveness, so bigger, heavier ships will probably respond much more sluggishly to the controls than a little small one. It's also good to keep in mind that as stages are separated from the ship, it will become lighter, and this will usually mean easier to control. Next, let's look at the rest of the flight controls. In flight, all the planning you put into staging sequence of your ship comes into play. From launch to final development of the descent parachutes, you can control the activation of several of the ship's parts by activating stages. Notice the stage indicator in the lower left screen. Shows the currently active stage. Since you haven't launched yet, it's showing the first stage is active. I have your staging controls locked for now, so the stage indicator is going purple. One thing on staging. If the staging setup is causing strife, you change your mind about something, you can edit the stage figures on the fly, pun intended. No need to go back to the assembly facility. An important part of flying is knowing how your ship is orientated and where it is going. That's why a good pilot is always aware of the ship's attitude, where it is pointing, and its velocity vector. Where it is going. These aren't always the same direction. As your skills improve, you should pick up on these. The big round instrument on the lower center of the screen is called the nav ball. This device sums up most of the critical information needed for proper, death-free flight. Here you see the ship's nose in relation to the horizon. When you're not pointing straight up, it's easily visible as the line between blue sky and the brown ground, as well as its heading, compass bearing, and speed. You also get several icons that indicate things like your current velocity vector, but we'll have a look at those later. At the top center of the screen, you have your altimeter, vertical speed indicator, and atmosphere gauges. Okay. The altimeter will show the difference to the planet's surface level at sea level. This means the actual surface may be much closer, so watch out for the ground when landing. Your vertical speed indicator shows how quickly your altitude is changing when launching. It's considered best to keep this gauge pointing up. Okay. Wait. What? Where's the vertical speed? The emphasis gauge indicates how deep the ship is in the planet's atmosphere. Helps you know if the ship is high enough for orbiting around without losing speed due to air resistance, or judge how effective wings and control surfaces will be. One last thing before we give this rocket the green light. In the staging stack, you can see the indicator for your parachute. This indicator shows when the chute will be activated by staging. You already know that. But the background will also change color to indicate when it's safe to stage the parachute. Note, however, that by default, parachutes will not deploy when unsafe, even if you stage them. The left three show safety, safe, risky, and unsafe to deploy. The chute is unstaged, white in the left three. The right three show state after staging, armed, deployed, and cut/shredded. When you are familiar with chute icon colors, we can move on. Okay, so, red shit. Okay, enough talk. I don't like the flight controls, and you'll be clear for launch. At any time, you may press to pause the game. In the pause menu, you can restart the flight or enter the tutorial and return to the main menu. For now, get yourself prepared and ready to launch. Don't forget our hopper has only a solid rocket motor, so there's no throttle control. That's why we didn't review the throttle here. Make sure to fly in a nice high arc and enjoy the flight. Oh shit! And up you go! You can try practicing some of the controls we just discussed, like yaw. Oh shit, yeah. Also keep on in, stay to the left. That shows how you proceed. Once it goes good, it won't deploy until it's clear again, even if you stage it. I'm sure you'll manage to get used to all these controls and schematics in no time. You can also see whether your crew enjoying the show. Oh. Well, this is pretty high up. This is woohoo! Wee! Whoa! 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 Shit. How do I, what do I think I'm spinning a little fast. How do I slow down? Now we sit back and enjoy this. Okay. We're going pretty fast. Shit, we're going down really fast. Yeah. And this is what I like to call space. Yes. Space. So, I just want to slow down. Yay. Hold on, you survived your first one. Oh. about you, but I don't think that's how friction works. So, he might be dead. He, let's just get out. Yeah, now wait a minute. Yeah, no, he perished. He's dead as hell. Well, shit. Oh no.